career.
I have racked my brain trying to include some of your friends in this gathering, and I found you have none.
12 years have passed since the world said goodbye to Jeanne Cooper, the beloved actress whose grace, strength, and unforgettable presence shaped generations of television history. Most remember her as the fierce yet warm matriarch, Katherine Chancellor from The Young and the Restless. But behind the cameras lived a woman whose life was far more fragile, lonely, and heartbreaking than anyone ever knew. Her final years were filled with quiet pain, untold struggles, and a truth she never fully shared with the world. Today we revisit her story, not just the fame and glory, but the hidden battles, the love she longed for, and the emotional farewell that still haunts those who knew her. This is the tragic, untold story of Jeanne Cooper, one that will touch your heart and stay with you long after the video ends. Wilma Jeanne Cooper was born on October 25, 1928, in the small oil town of Taft, California. The youngest of three children born to Albert Troy Cooper and Sildeth Evelyn Moore, Jeanne spent her early years surrounded by the warmth of family and the quiet rhythms of Kern County life. The Coopers moved from Taft to nearby Bakersfield in the early 1940s, a period that shaped much of Jeanne's early spirit, resilient, grounded, and full of curiosity about the world beyond her hometown. Tragedy struck early when Jeanne's mother passed away in 1944, just a year before Jeanne graduated from Taft Union High School. The loss left a lasting impression on her, instilling in her both emotional depth and quiet strength, qualities that would later define her performances. Her father, Albert, lived on for many years, witnessing his daughter's rise from a small-town girl to one of television's most beloved figures. By the time he passed away in 1986, Jeanne had already built a legacy that would endure long beyond both their lifetimes. Jeanne Cooper's career on the big screen began in the early 1950s when Hollywood westerns and gritty dramas dominated theaters. Her debut came in The Redhead from Wyoming 1953, where she played Myra, holding her own alongside Maureen O'Hara in a tale of loyalty and lawlessness. That same year, she appeared as Kate Lamar in The Man from the Alamo, a role that showcased her strength and quiet determination, qualities that would soon become her trademark. In Shadows of Tombstone 1953, Cooper again proved her natural fit for the Western genre, portraying characters who were as complex as they were courageous. By the mid-1950s, she had begun branching into crime and noir dramas, adding a sharp edge to her on-screen persona. In The Knack Street 1955 and The Houston Story 1956, Cooper brought to life women hardened by circumstance, yet driven by resilience. Her roles in Overexposed and 5 Steps to Danger, 1956, revealed her growing range, capable of moving seamlessly between vulnerability and strength. The following year, she played Mabel in Rock All Night and Fran Werner in Plunder Road 1957, both performances capturing the restless spirit of post-war America. As the 1960s arrived, Cooper transitioned into more psychologically complex roles. She appeared in Let No Man Write My Epitaph, 1960, a moving drama about life on society's edge, and in The Intruder, 1962, a powerful social commentary on racial tension starring William Shatner. In House of Women, 1962, and Red Nightmare, 1962, she portrayed women struggling against confinement, both literal and emotional, further establishing her as a character actress of rare depth. Her versatility continued through the decade with standout performances in Black Zoot 1963, The Glory Guys 1965, and Tony Rome 1967, where she starred opposite Frank Sinatra as the enigmatic Lorna Boyd. She then appeared in The Boston Strangler 1968, one of her most chilling roles, playing Chloe in the gripping crime thriller. Though her later film work became more selective, Cooper continued to deliver memorable performances in movies like Kansas City Bomber, 1972, Frozen Assets, 1992, and Carpool Guy, 2005. Her final film appearance came in Dead Air, 2009, where she voiced a paranoid caller, a hauntingly fitting role for an actress who had spent over 5 decades captivating audiences. From Western saloons to courtroom dramas, Jeanne Cooper's film career mirrored her remarkable versatility. She brought authenticity, grace, and emotional truth to every role, proving that even in supporting parts, her presence could light up the screen. Before Jeanne Cooper became immortalized as Katherine Chancellor, she had already carved a reputation as one of television's most versatile actresses. Her early years were filled with guest roles that showcased her range and emotional power. In Western hits like Wagon Train and Cheyenne, she portrayed women of strength and sorrow, heroes, victims, and survivors alike. One of her most touching early performances came in a Death Valley Days episode, I Am Hen, where she played Anne, a mother desperate to find her kidnapped daughter. The raw emotion she brought to that role revealed the intensity that would later define her career. As the 1960s unfolded, Cooper embraced increasingly daring roles. She played the infamous outlaw Belle Starr in Tales of Wells Fargo, a performance so memorable she was asked to reprise it in Bronco. Her commanding screen presence made her a sought-after guest star on many of TV's top series, including Perry Mason, where she appeared multiple times as entirely different characters. She brought the same depth to memorable turns on The Twilight Zone, Hawaii Five-0, and Gunsmoke, seamlessly moving between drama, mystery, and adventure. Her nuanced portrayal in the medical drama Ben Casey earned her an Emmy nomination and solidified her status as one of television's most gifted character actresses. By the late 1960s, she became a series regular on NBC's Bracken's World, a behind-the-scenes look at Hollywood's film industry that reflected her own growing influence. Cooper continued to appear in beloved shows such as Mannix, Ironside, and Touched by an Angel, always leaving a strong impression, no matter how brief the role. Her appearance in The Big Valley opposite Barbara Stanwyck in 1965 revealed yet another layer of her talent. Playing a woman who forms a deep friendship with Stanwyck's Victoria Barkley, Cooper captured both tenderness and tenacity. In another episode, she transformed into a scheming aunt, proving she could embody goodness and deceit with equal conviction. Then came the role that would define her forever, Katherine Chancellor on The Young and the Restless. For nearly 40 years, Cooper breathed life into the wealthy, fiery matriarch of Genoa City. Katherine's journey was filled with pain and redemption, battles with alcoholism, strokes, heartbreak, and the loss of loved ones. Yet through every trial, she stood tall, embodying strength and survival. Her long-running feud with Jill Foster Abbott became the heartbeat of the series, filled with shocking twists, most famously the revelation that Jill might be Katherine's daughter, a storyline that captivated fans for years. Through it all, Cooper's commanding performance elevated daytime television to an art form. Her portrayal of Katherine Chancellor wasn't just a role. It was a legacy of grace, resilience, and indomitable spirit. Jeanne Cooper's life off-screen carried both the triumphs and heartbreaks of a true Hollywood story. She spent 23 years married to television producer Harry Bernstein Jr., a union that brought stability amid the chaos of show business. Yet over time, the spark between them dimmed. In her candid 2012 memoir, Cooper admitted that after the divorce, the two rarely crossed paths except during family gatherings. There was no bitterness, just a quiet acceptance that life had taken them in different directions. When Harry passed away in 2008 from cancer-related complications, Cooper mourned him privately, reflecting on how even shared history can become distant over time. Together they raised 3 children who each found their own place in the entertainment world. Their eldest, Corbin Bernsen, followed most closely in his mother's footsteps, achieving fame as Arnie Becker on LA Law. Cooper took immense pride in portraying his on-screen mother in several episodes, a poetic reflection of their real-life bond. Their younger son, Colin, born in 1958, and daughter, Karen, born in 1960, also pursued creative careers, keeping the family deeply rooted in the arts. In 2013, after celebrating the 40th anniversary of The Young and the Restless, the show that defined her legacy, Cooper's health began to decline. A severe infection compounded by years of battling chronic obstructive pulmonary disease left her frail. On May 8, 2013, she passed away peacefully in a Los Angeles hospital, surrounded by love. Her final Y&R episode, taped just weeks earlier, aired 5 days before her death. A fitting farewell to both Katherine Chancellor and the woman who embodied her with such grace. Her son Corbin described her final moments as filled with courage and serenity. Jeanne Cooper's passing marked not just the end of an era for daytime television, but the loss of a woman whose spirit, equal parts strength, wit, and heart continues to echo through every scene she ever graced. After Jeanne Cooper's passing in 2013, her beloved Los Angeles home, once a lively sanctuary filled with warmth and family gatherings, became a poignant symbol of her lasting legacy. The elegant 3,500 square foot estate, a reflection of her refined taste and decades of success, was listed for sale with an asking price of around $3 million. In her will, Cooper ensured that the proceeds from the sale would be divided equally among her three children, a final gesture of love and fairness that mirrored the generosity she was known for in life. Yet despite its beauty and deep Hollywood history, finding a buyer proved unexpectedly difficult. The mansion, once alive with the laughter of family and friends, has lingered on the market, its once vibrant charm slowly fading. Over the years, it has even been rented out for as little as $5,000 a month, a modest price for a home that once hosted one of television's most enduring stars. Today, the property stands as a quiet echo of its glamorous past, a place that once embodied Jeanne's elegance, now waiting for someone to breathe new life into it. Its stillness feels almost poetic, as though the house itself mourns its former owner. Where once there was celebration and creativity, now there remains only silence and memory. For fans and loved ones, the home is more than just real estate. It's a tangible piece of Hollywood history, a reminder of Jeanne Cooper's grace, success, and the bittersweet passage of time. Throughout her extraordinary career, Jeanne Cooper earned recognition not only for her longevity, but for the depth and dignity she brought to every role. Over the decades, she received 10 Daytime Emmy nominations, 9 of them for Outstanding Lead Actress. Though the honor eluded her for nearly 20 years, her patience and perseverance were finally rewarded in 2008 when she took home her first competitive Emmy for her iconic portrayal of Katherine Chancellor. It was a moment of long overdue triumph, the crowning jewel of a career defined by resilience and passion. Cooper's achievements went far beyond awards. In 2004, she received the Daytime Emmy Lifetime Achievement Award, recognizing her immense contribution to television. Her name was later immortalized on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, with a star shining proudly along Hollywood Boulevard, an enduring symbol of her impact on the entertainment world. Fittingly, Katherine Chancellor's story often echoed Cooper's own strength and spirit. In late 2008, The Young and the Restless stunned viewers with a dramatic twist when Katherine was presumed dead, only for the show to reveal that her look-alike Marge had been the real victim. The storyline, which saw Katherine struggling with memory loss and rediscovering herself, allowed Cooper to once again explore new emotional layers within a character she had embodied for decades. As her health began to decline, Cooper temporarily stepped away from the series in 2011, with veteran actress Michael Learn filling in during her absence. Fans rejoiced when she triumphantly returned later that year, her warmth and wit lighting up the screen once more. Her final scenes were filmed in March 2013, perfectly timed with the show's 40th anniversary, a poetic farewell to both actress and character. Just days after her last episode aired, Jeanne Cooper passed away, leaving behind a void that could never be filled. In May 2013, The Young and the Restless paid tribute to its beloved matriarch with a moving special filled with memories, interviews, and heartfelt goodbyes. Later that year, Katherine Chancellor's storyline came to a graceful close, her character presumed dead after a final adventure abroad. Off-screen, Cooper's life reflected the success she had earned, a home of elegance and grandeur filled with reminders of a career that touched millions. Her legacy remains a shining example of endurance, artistry, and the timeless power of a woman who never stopped captivating audiences.